In this episode of Inside Mighty, we're going to take you behind the scenes of us designing a logo.
Wait, who's asking me a question? I feel like I'm in like an interview with paparazzi. Like, you, raise your hand.
Is trying to.
We're going to wrap up the video by taking you behind the scenes to the client presentation when they first see the logo. So hang around to see their reaction.
So when we're thinking about the brand and we're thinking about how we're going to get to that final logo in this project, we try to think about everything that the brand represents and everything that we know about the brand, everything we know about their customers or their consumers and their audience, and we just try to identify words that can help us put together these visual concepts.
She's really into not only making the person look great, but also feel great. So we wanted to have something that not only looked beautiful as a brand, but also made a bold statement. We wanted to make sure that the product photography really fit with her brand. That's a lot of what the clients are gonna see on the website and in social media. I had a teacher in design school who just said, get all your bad ideas out first. So just not being afraid to just start sketching, even if it might seem like it's been done already or that it might be a bad idea.
So every little detail within a design is intentional, or it's meant to be intentional. Sometimes it's just happy accident that it happens, right? That we stumble upon that. We're looking for elements within a font that can make you feel a certain way.
I started to play with this idea of a handwritten ampersand, which added a really cool element of a personal touch that we thought would go really well with the brand and the identity.
I had been drawing that in Adobe Illustrator and working with different textures for that, and it just was not feeling good to me. It just felt very plastic and very kind of contrived, and it's ironic that we would spend hours trying to make something look hand done on the computer, and so we just scrapped that particular iteration, and I actually went and got some paint and took some brushes and just did a bunch of ampersands by hand, and then we put them onto the computer, and it just felt so much more human and worked a lot better with the look that we were going for.
The hand-drawn ampersand began to come to life in terms of representing a woman who is bold, but also who is not perfect and who embraces her identity and who represents herself as a woman well.
So throughout the process, we need to meet and validate our logos and see if they validate against the emotions or the words or whatever we've identified as being things that we can look at and say, yes, this symbol, or yes, how you've done this feels like empowerment or whatever it may be. There's also times where you want to rush into like adding the color because it's what you like as a color, or it's what you think might be right as a color, but really kind of experimenting with color and seeing, okay, well, what does a brighter shade of this convey versus a more muted shade? Because we always have to validate, is what I'm putting out there conveying the overall perception that I want my company to be perceived as.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I love it. Now that's awesome. This is probably the most of who I am because I am so different, and I believe that the people that come through you and I are so different. You nailed it. This is it. I mean, it cannot get better than this as far as the story we're telling. Holy shit, excuse my French. This is weird. I'm having like a surreal moment.
I think it's very sincere. Like I appreciate you guys also kind of like, to me sincerity is like a ultimate most valuable. I literally, if I feel a level of insincerity, I end friendships and all that. So, and I think trying to create something from that state is gonna feel the way it's feeling right now. So I'm very grateful for that. Like, because it's not just another project feel, it's the feeling of sincerity where just you guys are present with it, and it's good.